The SpongeBob Movie: Search for SquarePants. Another prime example of Nickelodeon running the show to the ground, scraping the bottom of the barrel with what they can do with the yellow sponge. But let's get right into this review, shall we? The movie begins with everyone's favorite yellow sponge waking up in the morning, believing it's gonna be a beautiful and special day today. But let's be honest, it's SpongeBob. He thinks every day is special. But today is specially because SpongeBob grew a whole half a clam, which I guess is like the equivalent to inches in our world. And SpongeBob now believes that he's tall enough to ride the roller coaster in some amusement park. Why it's not Glove World, I have no idea. SpongeBob, however, chickens out at the last second when he gets one good look at the roller coaster. SpongeBob then makes the excuse to Patrick that he can't go on the ride without Mr. Krabs, so they go to the Krusty Krab to get him. Mr. Krabs then tells SpongeBob about how he was a brave pirate at one point, and gives SpongeBob inspiration on how to become brave. SpongeBob then finds a magical horn that he plays and summons the Flying Dutchman, played here by Mark Hamill. Now, this is no disrespect to Mark Hamill, for I think he's a legend when it comes to voice acting. He plays one of the best Jokers out there, and he does a really good job in voice acting. But why did they cast him for the role of the Flying Dutchman instead of, the original voice actor for him? Honestly, while Hamill did do a good job, I still like Brian Doyle Murray's performance better. They probably did this for the same reason they casted Jeffrey Tambor as King Neptune instead of the usual John O'Hurley. But while King Neptune in the first SpongeBob movie at least looks different from his TV show counterpart, there's really no difference between the TV show counterpart of the Flying Dutchman and this version. Apart from his human form, but I'll get to that later. But anyway, the Flying Dutchman tells SpongeBob that he can help him become brave, but they need to go on an adventure to pull it off. Patrick also accompanies SpongeBob on the journey, much to the Flying Dutchman's annoyance. The Flying Dutchman also has an underappreciated second-in-command named Barb, played by Regina Hall. Meanwhile, Mr. Krabs, Gary, and a reluctant Squidward set off to find SpongeBob and rescue him. And hilarious hijinks ensues between the three, whether it's Squidward fighting off a group of sirens or the gang coming across a three-headed seagull. Yes, you heard that correctly, a three-headed seagull. So the Flying Dutchman's real goal is to manipulate SpongeBob into doing some challenges for him and to break his curse in order to get his freedom. Mr. Krabs eventually does reunite with SpongeBob and tells him the truth about his pirate days. He wasn't actually a captain, he was more of a fry cook. And the Flying Dutchman tried to get Mr. Krabs to grant him his freedom, but Mr. Krabs cowered when it came to the monsters. The Flying Dutchman eventually gets his freedom and turns into a human. He of course double-crosses SpongeBob as well as the others, including Barb. After finding out about the escape clause, SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs, who are now ghosts, set off to break the horn in order to break the curse, which involves conquering SpongeBob's fear of roller coasters. And SpongeBob ends up defeating the Flying Dutchman with what else? Bubbles. The day is saved, the Flying Dutchman is punished for his crimes, and SpongeBob is claimed a big guy. The less we talk about that, the better. I'm gonna be honest with you, this was not a good movie. And before you go, "Oh, Jason, it's a kid's show, what did you expect?" Keep in mind that I actually grew up with SpongeBob. I know what I'm saying. And going back to Ice Spice real quick, the song Big Guy is no Ocean Man, I'll tell you that much. Overall, I give this movie a 3 out of 10. I do not recommend this movie, and I would prefer if you guys skipped it.